Good morning, Vietnam. Put your head in between your fucking legs and kiss your ass goodbye because that's possibly the last time you're gonna fucking hear the American anthem. And soon, we'll be singing some shit coming from China. But anyway, good morning to you guys. I'm your boy, the Boxing Jedi, aka the American Jedi, aka the American Patriot. And I'm just here with you guys to go over some things. I've also got something to share with you from the most honest man in America. From the man who actually had our back. The man who's really telling it like it is. And no, I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about Mike Pompeo. What's up, Brian Harkin? What's going on, brother? Good morning to you. Good morning to Ireland. So Mike Pompeo has some things to say. And I got on here because I wanted to talk to you guys. All right. Of course, we were shut down by almost every court out there. We have two more options, which are going to be the last, and I mean the last two blows or two rounds coming from freedom itself, freedom of speech, our freedoms. Our last two punches, which will either be the electoral votes, they get to vote it out, or martial law. Now, these two blows, the last one, martial law, that's kind of yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. Yes. In case you guys didn't know, we've also got a couple of Democrats there getting caught with spies and shit. Yeah, they're getting caught with spies and shit. And what's sad about this is you have so-called politicians who say they're American. These politicians swear up and down that they're for the American way. And if you haven't noticed, and I'm glad that this is all coming out because this is all exposure. Trump has allowed these people to do what they're going to do. Good morning, Tony Boswell. What's going on, my brother? To do what they're going to do in order for the American people to actually see. Now, what is it that the American people have to actually see? The way these people are selling out their own country. We had a CJ, whatever her fucking name is, some representative came out and said something crazy to Trump voters, and then the following day she comes out and speaks directly with her video directly to the so-called Biden administration. And she says, the Biden and Harris administration owe Detroit. I've put my life on the line. Really? For freedom? That's what you say. No, that sounds more like you guys owe us. We did the dirty work. So when you get in there, remember Detroit. What's up, Giuseppe? What's going on? Now it is sad and it is crazy. Now I want to share something with you that I call the most honest man today, Mike Pompeo. He's going to break down exactly what's happening here and how the United States has now become, if this is happening, communist. Mike Pompeo.
It's that the Chinese Communist Party wants what we have, and they will do whatever they must do to take it and get it. They will steal our stuff. They will crush the efforts of the Chinese Communist Party to keep quiet. They will do whatever it takes. And it's important to come and talk with the American people about this, because Americans must know how the Chinese Communist Party is poisoning the well of our higher education institutions for its own ends, and how those actions degrade our freedoms and American national security. If we don't educate ourselves, if we're not honest about what's taking place, we'll get schooled by Beijing. Now, it's taken this...
Good morning, Fuego. What's going on? Pay close attention to what this man is saying. The most honest man living today, Mike Pompeo.
Country and indeed the entire free world a long time to understand the trajectory that China is on today. In fact, we're not quite there yet everywhere in the world. There's no one to hold accountable for this. That's not the important part. Because for a long time, Republicans, Democrats, leaders all across academia, institutions, commercial space, thought that by trading and engaging with China, that the Chinese Communist Party would reform itself, it would loosen up, it would embrace economic and political freedom, and it would present less risk to freedom around the world. But instead, that's not what we got. Instead, the Chinese communists used the wealth that was created by this to tighten their grip on power, their grip on power over the Chinese people, and to build a high-tech.
China asshole! China a whole bunch of asshole! They want to take over America. You asshole, China!
Repressive state like the world has never seen. General Secretary Xi Jinping has made clear his intentions. You only have to listen to what he says. He says he wants total control at home and to make China the #1 power abroad. He's well on his way to working on that project. He's building up the People's Liberation Army. He's manipulating international organizations for Beijing's benefit. And he's engaging, as we have seen in TV only just these last 2 days, he's engaging in a vast influence campaign all across the world. And that may, for some of you sitting at home today, seem like a long ways away and very ambitious touch for Xi Jinping to make. But I must say, he has his eye on each and every one of us. Over the past year, I've talked to America's governors in Washington about this, state legislators in Wisconsin, tech leaders in Silicon Valley, many other groups. I've gone out to talk to them about this challenge. And today, I want to talk about what's happening in schools across America, especially research institutions and places like where I'm standing today. Just think about it. Chinese Communist Party scientists aren't pioneering cancer cures. We are. And it's not North Korean biochemists that are producing safe COVID vaccines. We are.
China asshole.
Computing? No, in fact, we are. It is the free world and free peoples that produce these superior results. And we should be very proud of that fact. But we have an obligation to protect it, to preserve it, to make sure that that's the case 10 and 50 and 100 years from now. Because on places like this campus, scientists have pioneered quantum computing, artificial intelligence, pediatric technology, even autonomous robots that can function without human control. And I must say that.
Now, what is this that he's saying? He's simply saying that the United States of America are innovators, not China. Not even China's military is more advanced than the United States of America. So Biden supporters and Democrats and liberals, one question coming from real Americans like myself and many others. You ready for it? What have you done? What have you done? What did you do?
That frightens me just a bit. Look, the Chinese Communist Party knows it can never match our innovation. A state-owned enterprise, it's an authoritarian regime. It is a government-centric focus. That's why it sends 400,000 students a year to the United States of America to study. 400,000 students a year studying in our universities. Come.
Okay? Did you hear that? So while Ding Guangjing is getting the fucking honor roll, and it's been going for a long time. I mean, look, this has been going on since my years in public school, junior high school, college. They get all the awards, all of this is what's happening. The curtain has lifted. Everyone can safely say that we see who was in control along. What's up, Johnny? What's going on? Good morning to you, brother. We could see what's going on all along. We see that we are innovators from medicine all the way to sports. But they've everything except medicine, they've controlled. LeBron James bows to China. Now we've got Swalwell, who got caught fucking Fang over here, a Chinese spy. The Democrats, all their leaders, they're all compromised. And what's funny here is what they said Trump was doing, they are doing. They did. Collusion? Of course. Now Swalwell walks around and says, it's Trump's fault that I got caught, or it was found out that I was caught with a Russian spy. With a Chinese spy. He's fucking Fang. The lady's name is Fang. I'm not making this up for rhetoric. The spy's name was Fang. Fang. And Fart Man, fucking Swalwell, who farts in an interview and acts like it never happened. All of you Democrats are sick. And once again, us true Americans, from Italians, Puerto Ricans, blacks, Mexicans, Native Americans, Yugoslavians, everyone who is here in America legally, would like to ask you the question, all you fucking Biden supporters, all of you Democrats and liberals, what have you done to your own country?
From one country. It is no accident. Much of the high-end industrial base inside of China is based on stolen technology or technology purchased from other nations.
They steal from us. They steal from us. Everything. They owed us money. They pushed us around. Trump came into office and said, fuck that, you owe us money. Pay me like Jay-Z. And what happened? We were getting rich. But meanwhile, the spies and the traitors, all in the press and everything, were selling you a fucking universe that never existed, except for them. And now you're stuck in that universe thinking that Trump is a racist, that black people are being slaved again, that having Kool-Aid in your hair and being able to go into any job interview with a tank top and flip-flops and get rid of all law and order and correction and morale is the way? You guys were fucking guinea pigs, not us Americans that knew what was going on. See, there's a difference here. This is exactly why the line was drawn between Trump supporters and Biden supporters. If you were a Biden supporter, you were a communist, socialist. Take a look at it. Now you guys are, oh yes, you guys are cheering for something you cheated on. And everybody's on it. The courts and fuck Amy Coney Barrett. Fuck every fucking Supreme Court fucking justice that's out there. You guys are pieces of shit. Every Republican out there is fucking this. You're cowards. We stood up for you at the ballot box. Voted you in. We did everything we could do. And now what happened? What did you do? You didn't stand behind the President of the United States. You did not stand behind us. Do you think that if the Democrats, if the shoe was on the other foot and the Democrats are trying to investigate, oh, that's another thing. We can't say the word fraud over on YouTube anymore because they'll shut your channel down or they won't show your, So everything that we're talking about the election and the truth, they big tech, everybody's on it, in on it. And even our fucking SCOTUS. Well, fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck every low circuit court in every state. Fuck you guys that were in on this. Fuck every high representative that's a Democrat. Fuck all of you up there in Washington and in other cities with this bullshit pandemic and having us locked down because China said so. You got these athletes bending the knee. They're all of them. All of them. And it's ridiculous. So if you guys got your hands pumped in the air celebrating this fake ass, shame on you. You're a traitor. Your treasonous ways have sold out your country. And now you have destroyed your own freedoms, your own rights, the Constitution of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, voting, your vote does not count. It does not count. That means that there will never be another election here in the United States of America ever again. Think about this now. We all know that 70 million plus people voted for Donald Trump. That's almost the population of the United States of America. Almost, not fully, almost. So think about that. Think about how many angry Americans are going to... This is what happens. And we were warned about this. But of course, you got your sellouts in Hollywood enticing you fucking worshipers, you idol worshipers in. And what happened? So all you guys that are celebrating this communist victory, understand you too will be fucked in the ass. Not just us.
It's not homegrown. Beijing doesn't want Chinese researchers to stay here in the United States. Indeed, after they're trained, they want them to come back. They want to induce their return for the singular purpose of serving the socialist motherland. Look, the party's propaganda apparatus cannot tolerate pesky Americans or Chinese nationals exposing its bankrupt system, or the fact that the Chinese people can actually flourish when they are in free societies.
This is exactly what's happening. Control. The reset. Yeah, I'm talking to you stupid motherfuckers that were always talking about, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for the revolution. I'm ready for the NWO. Well, guess what? It's here. It's here. Are you ready?
It doesn't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. Now, let's be clear. I want to be sure that my language is precise today. When I say China, I'm talking about the Chinese Communist Party. I love and value, as we all do, our Chinese American community and the Chinese people that live here in the United States and those that live in China as well. We want good things for them.
And yes, we do. Yes, we do. This is why this is the United States of America. All Trump ever said, even to Mexicans, to Hispanics, and everyone that was from foreign countries, if you want to be a United States citizen, you have to do it legally, not illegally. But oh my goodness, oh shit, he's a racist. Did you hear him? He wants to keep all these minorities from other fucking countries out. You stupid sons of bitches. You, all of you motherfuckers. All of you stupid, panicky, little fucking Kool-Aid in their hair, packet swirling motherfuckers.
And I say genuinely because there's occasions like Xin Wang, a researcher at the University of California at San Francisco, who allegedly lied about being a People's Liberation Army officer, all the while collecting information on UCSF labs. The good news is the FBI nabbed him. And Shi Xiong studied electrical engineering at Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago.
Tried to enlist in the United States Army. He allegedly admitted his ties to Chinese intelligence, which tasked him with recruiting engineers and scientists where he was working. These are just two examples. But what's more, the Chinese Communist Party deploys just as much as it does cloaks and daggers to get its hands on valuable knowledge. There are many American scholars, often doing research funded by American taxpayers, that have been lured into the Chinese Communist Party's talent recruitment programs. The CCP pays them what is for them a fortune to do research related to their current fields for or in China, and then often uses the fruits of their brainpower to build its military strength. A researcher from my home state of Kansas was caught up in this trap, as was the Harvard chemistry department head. Think about that.
These guys have money to buy everything. They live poorly, but look at the NBA. Look how LeBron James has been endorsed so richly. And mind you, he's not even playing ball the way they're fucking making him to turn out to be better than Michael Jordan. Get the fuck out of here. You see the difference now? But how is this guy making millions of dollars and endorsing it all? Because as long as he bends over and takes the made in China dildo up his ass and sells everything out, like America, the Constitution, you, me, your children, your mother, your father, those that have fought. As long as he does that, and he shows, yes, I'm the American basketball player, the head figure, and yes, China is before us. As long as he does that, he's in the $100 million club. He's going to forever have fucking everything given to him. You notice how stars are doing it too? It's disgusting. Clean the swamp? It's more like cleaning a crater the size of the fucking world.
The Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, recently described the CCP strategy as rob, replicate, and replace. But I want to add another R to the DNI.
That's their method. You rob them, you replicate, and then you replace it. Made in China.
Guys list. I want to add repress. Yang Zhuping, a student from China, delivered a commencement address at the University of Maryland back in 2017, just a couple years back now. She praised the fresh air of free speech. She was soon demonized and harassed by CCP propaganda outlets. I promise you, while I cannot tell you everything, that was no coincidence. One University of Georgia student said of the CCP secret police in 2018, quote, "They have harassed me repeatedly and asked me to give them information about the activities of overseas democracy activists and dissidents. And they are particularly interested in the activities of Uyghurs and Tibetans," end of quote. Some of the CCP's biggest victims on campuses are innocent Chinese nationals themselves. And this is a tragedy. We have a responsibility to police this. Another example, at Princeton, just this year, students in a Chinese politics class were forced to use code names on their work, lest the CCP discover their identities. Expression of views on Hong Kong and the CCP under its draconian new national security law. That's right here. This happened right here in the United States of America. American students talk about safe spaces as shelter from ideas they dislike. Chinese students need safe spaces to learn of the ideas that they love.
Isn't that crazy? So they get far and away from these tyrants, thinking that they're going to get a clean education without the tyranny in the background in their lives, and they come to the United States of America only to find it here. It's like they can't run away from it. So now you got to ask yourself this question. Was America ever free? Were we ever free? I think we were the freest when Trump was in office. I'm telling you the truth here. We were the freest when Trump was in office. They fabricated scandals. This man's work ethic and track record of presidency was so perfect.
What a stark contrast. Students from China at American universities also live in fear that their families back home will be arrested, will be interrogated, tortured, or worse because of the things they say in an American classroom. But look, the CCP doesn't just target Chinese nationals. They want to influence American students as well. Professors and administrators too. Look, they know that left-leaning college campuses are rife with anti-Americanism and present easy targets for their anti-American messaging. That's why they planted Confucius Institutes on our campuses. And under President Trump, our State Department has made very clear these Confucius Institutes are literally up to no good. Many have gone away. Many campuses have seen that, and they've chosen to close down these institutes. But right here in Georgia, Wesleyan College still has one in Macon. Look, it's why there are groups on campuses called Chinese Student Scholars Association here too. They're directed and almost always funded by the Chinese embassy or a local Chinese consulate. Its purpose, to keep tabs on
students, on us. This has been happening. This is why Mike Pompeo is the most honest man in the world. What he is telling us now, because he knows that these guys have strong-armed this election, what he's telling us now, you should take this information into your hearts and minds and take it as a survival guide. Like a guide of knowing how to live in a communist, socialist fucking state now. You don't think that you guys are going to be standing on a cheese line for your fucking bread, for your essentials? You don't think so? Huh? You guys don't think that all you guys that wanted to lose weight are going to lose weight and your health? And all those guys that wanted to gain weight are just going to lose your health? Do you know that all you luxurious bitches with all of your plugs and your lips and your collagen and your fake hair, and do you know that that's not going to happen anymore? You're going to look like bitches from Les Miserables. Okay? You guys are going to look like bag ladies now. There's no more popping. There's no more strip clubs. There's no more clubs. There's no more of that shit. This is what you voted in, you stupid motherfuckers. And it's not even the point. We have a right. You shouldn't be saying anything to them, Jedi. You shouldn't be saying anything about someone else's vote. Fuck you. Because it was shown, the difference was shown, it was out there. So now, because of their fucking mistakes, because they were brainwashed into hating someone, which was our president of the United States, which has done more than any president that has ever been up there. You mean to tell me now that we have to suffer, my family has to suffer, your family has to suffer, your church has to, because of these stupid fucks? Because they were sold a dream. I mean, they didn't learn from Obama. Biden was no different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was his left testicle. So they voted him in because they were programmed to hate Trump. And go ahead and ask him why. You'll hear the program. Oh, he's racist. He said get Mexicans out. He wants to build a wall. He talked to a foreign leader. But then when the proof is in front of him that it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, the impeachment never was because it was out. They still say he was impeached, but he wasn't because he was pardoned. So, hello. You motherfuckers are stupid. All of you Democratic, liberal, fucking all you stupid sons of bitches out there, all of you PC cultured fucking SJWs, everybody that voted Biden in that's liberal ridiculously, like, you guys are the reason why America has fallen. And if you're gonna say, but we weren't the one that fixed the vote, then if you know that that it was in on the vote, that the fix was in on the vote, then how could you sit there or stand there with your pussy hats and scream, Biden won! But yet the fix was in. This is why you're treasonous, each and every one of you. The vote that you put in, and especially if you knew that he had ties with China, I mean, we was telling you guys, but you like to listen to Aaron Burnett and Don Cocksucker Lemon and fucking gay ass Andrew Cuomo and the rest of these fucking lying bastards, these demons. And all you do is repeat what they say verbatim. But when it's all been debunked, really debunked, what happens? You guys cower or resort to calling us shit.
Students and to press pro-Beijing causes. Now, you would think at freedom-loving places like Georgia Tech and institutions and scholars all across the world, administrators, school faculty would be more up in arms about the Chinese Communist Party's outright theft and flagrant violation of freedoms that I've described. But we see it too seldom. Well, why? Why do schools censor themselves? They often do it out of fear of offending China. Indeed, I must tell you that MIT wasn't interested in having me to their campus to give this exact set of remarks. President Raphael Reif implied that my arguments might insult their ethnic Chinese students and professors. But of course, nothing could be further from the truth. Those are the very people that this set of remarks is intended to protect their freedoms. And I must say that yielding to the objection of hurt feelings plays right into the Chinese Communist Party's hands. They watch America closely. It's what the party says constantly in response to criticism around the world. You can see it. And how would the party know how the Chinese people feel anyway, as no one ever gets to vote? Look, we can't let the CCP weaponize political correctness against American liberties. We have to protect and preserve them.
I can protect and preserve them, right? Which was what Trump and all the other followers, the supporters, were trying to do. We were Americana. We were what was good for America. All of these scandals now. First they said, oh, no. Hunter Biden never was involved in any scandal in China. You guys know big tech even went as far as hiding it and giving people violations. And now all of a sudden, it comes back up again along with him being investigated, for taxes. Huh. Makes you wonder, huh? Makes you wonder why all of a sudden the pressure on Biden now, even though they said that he won, even though they want him in there. Why? Why do you think? See, even they will fucking backstab themselves. You know that symbol, the satanic symbol where the snake eats itself. You know that circle. It's a snake that's eating its own tail. Right. 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 So this is what they're doing, because just like I told you guys, they're gonna let it stick to Biden now. Biden must be like, oh, what the fuck? That's why you don't see him. Oh, he broke his foot. Yeah, right. It was already debunked that he wasn't even wearing any brace or whatsoever. So they will always lie to you. And what they're going to do is Biden's out, Harris is in. This is exactly how Obama gets to have a third fucking run, through Harris. You know? Now, we only have like I said, we only have 2 blows left to hurt the beast. And that's the electoral votes that are coming up. And then we have, of course, well, martial law. Those are the only 2. And the martial law is the one that is going to basically harm everyone. So there is no other way through courts. He's getting rid of a lot of people from the swamp. But now we've got the 2 last remaining seats. And everybody now is like, oh, yeah, even though Trump came out and said, vote for these 2 but my problem here is, how do we know that these 2 Republicans won't be there for us when things, how do we know they won't sell out? How do we know they won't? Because I don't know these fucking 2. You don't know these fucking 2 that are up for these seats. Just because they have a R next to their name doesn't actually mean that they're fully Republican and are not going to sell out. Because I feel just like the rest of the Republicans that were running for McConnell and the rest of them, right? They used us. They used Trump's base. All right, brother. Be careful, Tony. They used Trump's base in order to get into wherever the fuck they needed to get into. And then when it came to the pushing and the shoving, they didn't do anything. They haven't said anything. They did not back us, our president, our constitution. They did not. This is why I say it's done. Doesn't matter if we got the 2 last blows. If it doesn't matter anymore. If we couldn't get anything in the Supreme Court, and you had 3 Democratic judges and 3 Republican and for the Republican judges to come out and say that the evidence was not sufficient enough, and that the other states have their own constitutions, their own rights that they undergo. So you mean to tell me that they can change the constitution in their state? This is exactly what they did. And the Supreme Court didn't see nothing wrong with this? But wait a minute, is the Supreme Court supposed to take care of all of this? Don't they oversee what? Aren't they the highest? Exactly. Sold out. It's over. I appreciate everyone having faith. I don't see anything. The martial law is exactly what's going to bring the civil war if Trump calls it, and that would be the worst thing for him to do. We all know that the electorals are not going to give Trump the vote because they get to decide. If you take a look at the bottom of this here, if you take a look at the bottom of my video, they've already stamped it with the AP has called the election winner, which is Biden, right? All the time. But then you get to wonder, right? You put your mind to this and say, how come come drinking Kamala Harris has not stepped down from her senatorial position? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? This is why a lot of you Democrats, a lot of you liberals, this is why in your life you hold grudges, and at the same time you don't know right from wrong. You don't know what's reality from fiction. You just don't know. You guys don't know what's good for you. You guys wanted change. You guys wanted more money. You guys wanted more freedoms. You had it right in front of you for 4 years. But instead, you decided to listen to people who had an agenda who didn't want you to live like this. Why? Because they already have money. So they lie to you. They get paid to lie to you. Look at Project Veritas. Peace O'Keefe. My man let out the plans and the meetings as to what CNN does every morning. They plan your life. They plan your current events. It's fake. It's fake. And the media was dying to get rid of Trump, dying to silence us because they already have been exposed. So they think, okay, so now it's a reset. That's why they call it the reset. So now we're supposed to live like the way they want. We're supposed to believe what they tell us. This is their reset. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going with it. I'm not wearing any masks. And especially, how can they mandate anything like masks if the cure if the vaccine's already out? So we won't need anymore. We won't need it anymore. See, the reason why they're doing this now is because they want to make you pay. And they too are not sure if the votes are the electoral votes are actually going to pick Biden or Trump. So they're going to keep the pressure on you. They're not going to let you go out. They're going to keep weaponizing this fucking pandemic to keep you at home. And they took your Thanksgiving away. Those are stupid who complied. You're very stupid if you did. And they're going to take they took away your Christmas. It's going away. They're planning lockdowns around Christmas for you guys, not the red states. Not the red states, not us. Now, if the red states said, fuck you, we're not complying to any of that bullshit, and we got our votes in quicker than any other, what does that go to show you? There is freedom, but only in red states. I feel sorry for you blue states. Only in your states, and this is how stupid you Biden supporters are, you Harris hopers. This is how stupid you are. All this happened in your states. You destroyed your own shit, not ours. You were supposed to come to the red states and you were supposed to spread that out here because we were Trump supporters. How come you didn't do that? And when you tried, you got stomped the fuck out. Guns shoved in your fucking faces. What happened? You didn't come down here. Red states have stand your ground fucking laws. You guys don't. We've got more guns and more freedoms and fight for your rights here than you do in your blue states. I mean, every blue state is broke. Every blue state politician is corrupt. You guys had a better chance picking Tulsi Gabbard, but instead you went with Biden. All the statistics, everything doesn't add up. It doesn't add up as to how Biden won more votes, especially than Obama. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Fraudulent cries of racism or xenophobia should never drown out a candid exposure of the activities of the Chinese Communist Party. But we see too often on American campuses
that there's
silence and censorship.
Be driven,
Be
by,
driven
the
by the Chinese Communist Party usually boils down to
something
far less idealistic.
So many of our colleges are bought by Beijing.
Now, you guys can't tell me that Biden supporters and Harris supporters and voters and all of them and their liberals and Democrats didn't sell out. How can you call all you tech companies, all you big tech faggots, how could you be here in America? Consider yourself an American. Censor every fucking American that's out there that knows the truth, especially the patriots that have fought for this country. You disrespect the ones that have fallen for your rights that you're fucking taking advantage of and using to your own. I mean, how dare you? How dare you? Most of you fucking little CEO faggots weren't even born when all these things were happening. And you call yourself American? You go fuck yourselves, bro. I hope you get hit by Mack trucks. You and your whole fucking family, all of you. You don't deserve to be here. What kind of shit is that? Set your own country up for another country to come and be and force us. Man, you guys are a bunch of faggots. That's why I left Facebook. That's why I left Twitter. I'm leaving Twitter. And if YouTube censors this or takes this down, I'm leaving YouTube as well. Fuck all of this. This is the real deal. They are silencing us, bro.
Let me tell you about Vera Zhou. She's a permanent resident of the United States of America. She's originally from China and a senior at the University of Washington. In October of 2017, so just on 3 years ago, she returned to China to visit her father. Local authorities put her in a re-education camp. A re-education camp for 5 months and under house arrest for 18 months after using a virtual private network connection to connect to her school's website, something many of you are doing even as I speak. Back here, we saw this. Our State Department team, Vera's mother, Bob Fu, a great friend of the Chinese people, desperately petitioned the University of Washington to advocate for her return. But the University of Washington, a woman named Sarah Castro, the head of the Federal Relations Office, said that the university wouldn't help because of a multi-million-dollar deal with China. Now, thank God, Vera was eventually released and returned to the United States, but no thanks to the University of Washington, and no thanks to the deal that it had made with the Chinese Communist Party. The U.S. Department of Education, over the last years, has found that schools have taken an estimated $1.3 billion from China since 2013. That's just what we know about. Like so many, like Columbia, so many schools that have failed to report the true amounts. What more bad decisions will schools make because they are hooked on Chinese Communist Party cash? What professors will they be able to co-opt or to silence? What theft and espionage will they simply overlook? What business deals will get done as a result of that? Look, there's a lot of work to do, and I have laid out a pattern and practice that every American needs to know about. And we need to begin to respond to this sooner rather than later, and our administration has begun to do that, but there is an awful lot more work to do. We cannot allow this tyrannical regime to steal our stuff, to build their military might and brainwash our people, or buy off our institutions to help them cover up these activities. We cannot let the CCP crush the academic freedom that has blessed our country and blessed us with great institutions like the place that I am standing today. But we need your help. We need help of students, we need help of faculty, we need help of administrations all across America. We need trustees to police their endowments and the deals their universities are striking with the CCP and CCP-backed groups. We need administrators to close Confucius institutes and investigate what so-called student groups backed by the CCP money are actually up to on their campuses.
A new enzyme.
And that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles. So basically, man, This is all. This is all I wanted to bring you guys and talk to you guys about because shit got real. Shit just got real. And we're 2 days away. We have to wait till Monday for something. I'm not waiting for shit. I'm just preparing. That's it. I'm just preparing more than I already am, but I'm just preparing. It's getting so real that I'm going to have to quit cigarettes because I know that in a point in time, I'm going to need to use my hands out here again. I'm going to need that fucking stamina and that fucking core. So it's getting real. What's up, Xavier? What's going on, brother? Shit's getting real. So the playback posse, you can hit the playback if you missed it. Everybody, what I'm going to need you to do is just, open your eyes, man, and see exactly what's going on with this bullshit. Don't deny anything because it's really real. This is your boy, the American Jedi. Peace out to the Republic and peace out to the rebellion. God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace, guys.